what's it, Alicia's story and that, you get me? So we're just gonna take this Dakota girl out, bruv. I'm gonna go mad if she's still here. She's out here doing the most, yeah, and she's still here. I'm like, what is going on, bruv? He's mad. He's actually mad. What you sort of saying? You good, yeah? It's me again and that. I'm back in that with another review in that, you know what I mean? Back with Fear Walking Dead. And we've got another episode in that, you get me? The episode 15. It's called USS Pennsylvania. Check it out and see what's about. I'm gonna just give my little review and you know, some feedback of what I thought of the episode. And yeah, we're gonna go through it. So guys, before I start it, just make sure you like, comment and subscribe and that. And yeah, man, and enjoy, man. Anyway, for those who've watched it, so let me just see my camera. So no, the camera's feeling a bit weird there. All right, cool. Just want to make sure. Yeah, there we go. Difference? I don't know how it looks, but anyway, yeah. So basically, guys, I'm just gonna make my review of Fear the Walking Dead. What's it? USSR, Pennsylvania, episode 15. US. Did I say USSR? I mean USS. It's a weird name that they've called the episode. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna just continue with my review because I don't want to waffle on that. But remember, guys, just like, comment, subscribe, and that, you get me. So yeah, here we go. So the scene starts off with basically the place that Morgan's been building, and throughout that whole period of while it's filming, the location that, you know, the characters have been living in, you see Morgan preparing himself, and that's happening meanwhile Dakota and Teddy are having their conversation, and he's discussing with her that, you know, has this man, you know, is he trying to make people feel safe? He's basically trying to question Morgan's integrity, what he's about. You know, has he set his purpose to actually doing what he's supposed to be doing? And this is all Teddy's doing in this scene is trying to convince Dakota to team with him rather than Morgan, innit? So that's basically what happens in the very, very beginning of the scene. So he's persuading her in detail about, you know, basically swaying her to his side and that. So that's basically what happens towards the beginning. Dakota agrees and says, yeah, she wants to follow Teddy, and she decides to team up with him. And while she makes the decision, Riley comes in and gives Teddy the gun, and Teddy gives Dakota the gun, just like as a present to say, you know what, you know, you picked the best side, you know what I mean, welcome to our side, basically. So yeah, so that's kind of what happens towards the beginning. And then while that's happening, you see the other gang sort of getting prepared, and, you know, they're all sort of coming out. You know, everybody, you know, we're talking the whole gang here, you know what I mean, like, we're talking the big business, we're talking Luciana, we're talking Wes, we're talking Sherry, Dwight, June, Daniel, I mean, Sarah, I mean, John Dory Sr., Jacob, I mean, Strand, Rolly, the whole gang, bruv, I mean, all coming out, you know what I mean, to take on this guy. And, you know, it's interesting to see what happens, isn't it? Like, you know, and I remember there was a scene in while they were having that conversation where Morgan is looking at the axe. He's deciding, should he take the axe or should he not take the axe? And he decides to take the axe, in it, and then they go off to war, in it. But yeah, man, it's the business. Oh yeah, and Grace as well was in there as well. Grace, I missed out. But then afterwards, they all go and go and take on this Teddy guy. You know what I mean? And yeah, and then the intro starts, and then obviously it was a weird intro. For those who've watched the intro, it's with Strand, and Strand has Morgan's axe, which is pretty suspicious, because I'm thinking, is Morgan dead? What's going on here? Like, why Strand got Morgan's axe? You know what I mean? And then obviously it starts off with them, you know, trying to open up the submarine, which is a bit weird, because I would think that they will have security in there, like, and in the submarine they wouldn't just sort of just be able to just open up a submarine and get in. Like, there will be security if it's like, you know, if, you know, this is Teddy's crew, this is where Teddy is, you get me? And I didn't understand that part, but as they go in, you know, there's just, you know, it's just empty. And you know, some of the gang split up. Morgan with Grace and Strand and June and John Dory Sr. and Dwight and Sherry, they are in one team, and all the rest are sort of back there. Morgan decides to go in first. He goes in, and then obviously he gives him the little weight. I don't know what it is. I think it's like just to check the radio. Well, not radioactive, like radiation. Yes, the word, to check the radiation of the zombies. And basically, yeah, he gets knocked over by one in a minute, and then obviously once he gets knocked over by one, he's forced, you know, he's telling June to shoot, you know, I mean, the zombie, because he's gonna try and kill him, and she shoots it, and then obviously, like, yeah, and once that happens, and then, you know, all the gang kind of go in, and then there's a situation where, I don't know, Grace goes down, and then he's having a little conversation with Grace. I know how you feel, you know what I mean? This is not, let's not think about that now, because obviously from episode 12, the situation that happened there with her losing her baby, you know, had a little brief discussion there between each other about that. But then after, it wasn't really that long, it was really just really short, and after they go about it, well, then the conversation kind of just like disperses, and then she goes her way and he goes his way, and then the rest of the gang sort of come out, and they're all sort of just like, you know, Morgan's trying to be the save the hero kind of guy, saying, you know, I'm gonna do this on my own, this is my mission, and I have to take him on. He's like, you guys have to stay safe and all this, and he's like, no, we're coming with you. And I'm just like, I don't know, that's just the language of Walking Dead, or in general, like, they all feel like they will have to be a hero, which I don't get, because because I feel like in realistic, I feel like that's where that's where it's unrealistic, because I feel like in reality nobody's a hero, bro. If we were actually in a apocalypse like that, bruv, you know, every person's gonna be like, fuck that, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be no hero to save somebody else, you know what I mean? We're all, you know what I mean? Either we all help each other, or every man for themselves, you get me? So yeah, but yeah, I guess because it's a story in it, it's a bit like, that's where I feel like it's fiction in it. But apart from that, yeah, it's all sort of really relatable and, you know, very realistic, I guess you could say that, you know what I mean? But yeah, and like I said, they kind of go in and dig deeper into the submarine, see a lot of dead bodies, and then let me just keep cutting it because because obviously it's a 40-minute long episode. I don't want to bore you guys for 40 minutes. I can't even do that myself, so I'm gonna try my best to just try and fly by and make this as interesting as possible. So yeah, so they're radiating back, and then they're trying to find out, you know, how much people they've got back. I'm sorry, let me just open this window, because oh my god, I've got one window open this side, but blood is hot, you know what I mean? Damn. Alright, so I just hope I can, like, no noise in my can affect, you know what I mean? Sometimes I hate that shit. But yeah, so like I said, they're on this motive of being a hero and that, you get me? Morgan's like, you know, I'm gonna go on my own, and you guys stay. He said, no, we're not letting you go, we're coming with you. Do you get me? And obviously there's a radio that's talking, and obviously they hear Teddy in it, and Teddy's basically talking to them, and then basically he's basically threatening them, and then basically John Dory and Junior, or Senior, sorry, him and Teddy have history in it, so obviously he's basically radiating back to Teddy and saying, you know what, no, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm the guy, you know who this is? You know who this is? And he's like, no, I don't hear that voice, I don't know that voice, and that's the little dialogue they had. I'm gonna basically do a little dialogue that they had, and he's gonna be like, well, you know, I'm the guy who arrested you, I mean, well, I think 30 years ago, and he said, oh, is that John Dory Senior? And he's like, yeah, it's me. And he said, I'm gonna put a bullet in your head, basically threatening each other, you know what I mean? And then it just got intense after that. So then afterwards, there's just zombies coming out trying to attack the whole gang, and then obviously, like, I don't know what happens after that. Morgan disappears. He disappears, and then the rest of the gang are looking for him. And then as the gang are looking for him, Strand finds him, and then he's like, you know what, Morgan, what are you doing? I mean, you can't, you know what I mean, you can't be doing this by yourself. I mean, I need to be there with you to help you. And yeah, and Morgan's questioning Strand's motives. Says, why are you here, Strand? I mean, why are you trying to help? You get me? Like, knowing from, you know, getting information about Strand's history and his past. You know, he's always been a betrayer of people. He's always betrayed people, used people. So he's just a bit confused. Like, where's his loyalty in it? So yeah, so they kind of go in together to go and fight off these zombies and that. But then you know, because as they're having a little dispute, whatever, they find a room, and in that room, Morgan sees a picture of Riley on you know, a picture of Riley, and he explains to Strand that's the guy that tried to, you know, capture us and tried to attack us with his gang. And then as he's explaining this to Strand does something surprising. You know what I mean? And this part I was very shocked about. He betrays Morgan. He kicks Morgan, or he fights Morgan. Morgan's like, what are you doing? Then he snaps his axe, and then he takes the sharp part, and then he kicks Morgan away to the zombies to, like, leave him for dead, and then he runs away. And I was just so surprised when I saw that. I couldn't believe I couldn't believe my eyes. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Obviously, I knew to myself that Strand has his moments. He's that kind of character, but I just didn't know he had it in. I thought that he was really invested with this crew. I really thought that, but then I don't know, where's his loyalty. Is his loyalty just to Alicia? Is his loyalty to the people? I don't understand Strand. I don't really understand where he's at now, his mindset, and it really upset me, that decision, because it really destroyed the whole family. I mean, that they built, and it's like, I don't understand. Like, it was just so surprising to see that. And when he's done that, he's trying to walk in to try and, you know, I think he's trying to take down Teddy. But as he's taking down Teddy, trying to go in to try and take him down, Dakota's there with a gun. I mean, Dakota's there with a gun, facing Strand, you know, trying to shoot him and saying, you know, because I think she found out that he betrayed Morgan. And I just felt at this point that there's maybe a similarity between Strand and Dakota. Do you get me? Like, they probably might have been working together, you know what I mean? But then after, just to find out that they're not, and then after, she was just about to shoot him, but then after, before she was about to do that, Morgan comes in, he knocks Dakota out unconscious. Just before that, obviously, because Dakota had a gun to Strand, she pulls the trigger, it smacks, you know what I mean? It smacks Strand on the arm. You know, knocks him out. I mean, he's wounded. I mean, he's right through the tissue there. He's bleeding and that. And then obviously, like, he's like, you know what? You know, we will talk about this later. Do you know what I mean? So they have, they still got that mission to go and take the Teddy and Riley down. And then they go in there to go and take them down. All of them, you know, Strand and Morgan. And as they're going to go and take them down, you know, it's just there. When they go in there, it's just literally Teddy and Riley. Sorry, I'm just trying to. Oh my God, what's going on here? Yeah, it's just Teddy and Riley in the scene. And then, you know, they are sort of just, you know, trying to take them down. You know, Strand's got the gun to him. Morgan's got the stick to Teddy, and he's telling Teddy, listen, you know what I mean, how do you stop the missile? And obviously it was really too late. As they were trying to get into him to try and stop them, they already pressed the buttons, and then they already turned the key that, you know, they stole from Morgan to send the missile off. And obviously they're saying to him that missile's probably gonna go and attack your house and your village and innocent people. And obviously it was really too late. So the rest of the gang were looking, and like, they were just shocked, like, what's going on? You know what I mean, like, what's going on? Like, the missiles have gone, you know what I mean? Oh, and yeah, I've forgotten to tell you guys that, because, oh my God, my train of thought is just going so fast. The whole mission of why they went there in the first place was to save Alicia. So they asked Teddy, where is Alicia? And they were like, oh no, you know what I mean, she's long gone. You know what I mean, like, you will never find her. And then obviously he's just, you know, he's going around the bend, you know, and he's like, you're not gonna kill me, because obviously, you know, he's got so much leverage. So obviously they can't kill him because he's got leverage. So he sends off the missile, and they're trying to find out where's the missile gone. And then obviously he's not telling them where the missile's gone. So then another surprising part that I didn't understand, Morgan tells, you know, he says, he leaves Teddy and says, get out. and then he says to Riley to get out, and then eventually he tells Strand to get out, and then before Strand leaves, Strand puts the axe back onto the table, and then Morgan's just sort of just looking, you know, looking at the axe and the stick, and it just kind of ends there. That's kind of just a brief of what happened in this episode. You know what I mean? It was very, I don't know if that was what I was expecting, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, I felt that there would have been a bit more. Obviously the betrayal was big, it was huge. I mean, I didn't see that one coming, but not much happened. I mean, from what I expected, I thought that there would have been at least, you know, well, I'm glad that there's not. Obviously we still got one more episode, so I heard it's gonna be a death, you know what I mean? But not like I wanted to see a death, but you know, I was expecting to at least to see a death, even though I don't want to. But I know, because we're talking about Walking Dead eventually. I mean, Fear Walking Dead, we're talking about the Walking Dead universe. Death is a usual thing in this universe, you get me? So, you know, I was expecting to see a death, but you know, we didn't see that. Thank God, because obviously I don't want to be seen, unless it's a villain, an antagonist, but I don't want anyone from the crew to be gone in it. But it was just like, I don't know, I was not happy with the ending, because first of all, I didn't understand the ending. I didn't get it. Maybe there was other people that watched it and probably might have understood it, but I don't know if it was just me. Like, I didn't understand the ending. I didn't get it. Like, honestly, I really didn't get it. I didn't get the whole I didn't understand what was going on. I didn't understand Strand's motive. I don't understand the majority of these people's motive. I don't understand Dakota's motive. I don't understand Strand's motive. And now, I kind of don't really understand Morgan's motive as well. Do you know what I mean? It's a weird one. It's really, really weird. I don't know. It's a weird one, man. It's really, really weird, man. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. I didn't really understand that much. To be fair with you, I didn't really enjoy this episode as much as some of the others. I felt that there needed to be a bit more. Like, it was a bit, I don't know, it was a bit empty. There wasn't much going on. Yeah, I was kind of confused, yeah. But yeah, and the weird thing is, when it ended, there's no clips of the new trailers of, you know, the next episode. So I don't even know what's going on, to be honest with you. So yeah, it was weird. Like, I didn't understand it, to be honest with you. But you know, we'll see what happens, innit? Like, we'll see what happens on the next one, innit? We'll see what happens in that. So yeah. But yeah, guys, that was kind of my review of Fear the Walking Dead episode 15. USS Pennsylvania, I believe it's called. I don't know if it's Pennsylvania. I think it's Pennsylvania, I believe. Weird title that they called it, and obviously, just to add on with that, it was also quite a weird episode too. So yeah, I don't know how a lot of people are gonna feel about this, but just my observation and my view, or my opinion on this, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't really like it as much compared to some others. I feel like some other episodes were a bit more stronger than this one. I was a bit surprised, you know, going into this was episode 15, you know, the episode just before the finale. I felt like it didn't tell us much, but yeah, we never know, because obviously we've still got one more episode to go. We shall find out what happens. But until then, people, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and that. And yeah, guys, thank you for taking my channel out. Enjoy the sun once again. Be happy and be happy and jolly, whatever they want to say. Enjoy the sun, and yeah, live your best life, innit? But until then, people, take care, people. Peace.